Now if I can get my mouse to work all of a sudden. Oh, there it is. So easy to lose a mouse on the screen. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our little jump start today. And let me actually share my screen here real quick so I can formally introduce you guys. So welcome to the OC Realtors Agent Jumpstart. I am your co-host. Come on. There we go. Anthony. I'm actually a senior technology trainer for Orange County Realtors. I've been there now for almost 20 years, started off in the MLS department, guaranteed after you guys join the association, I'll speak to you guys regarding rules, regulations, violations, all that fun stuff. What I'm also involved with is our outreach program. Our outreach program is designed to give you training on all your tools and products. So after you become a member, I am your trainer to show you how to work the MLS, how to work the electronic contracts platform called Zip Forms, and things like that. I'm also have a designation called ePro. So basically how to utilize social media and electronic marketing in today's business. And of course, I'm also certified in the Realtor Property Resource, or RPR, which is the public tax record data systems that is offered to you by the National Association of Realtors, NAR, as a member benefit once you join. So real quickly, today's class, we've got some things that we're going to go over today. We're going to talk about the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, what the term realtor means. We're going to go over the state association called California Association of Realtors, where we go over a lot of the benefits there, Zip Forms being one of them. By the way, Zip Forms is the electronic contract platform to create transactions for your landlords, your tenants, your sellers, your buyers. You have access to more than 395 plus forms to buy, sell, lease properties in the state of California. This tool, offered to you by the state as a state benefit, helps make that easier on your transactional lives. We'll also go over OC Realtors membership. So what you get with that: access to the MLS, your key access, and of course, other additional benefits and resources. All right. So real quickly, how's this all going to happen here for you guys? So after you're done with Ken's class, you're probably going to take the big old, what is it, Ken, 120 question test, where you got to pass it with an 80% or higher. Now, I don't know why my presentation is going a little wiggier on that. Interesting. So what you're going to do here is you're going to get your DRE license. Okay. Once you get your license, then you're going to join a brokerage, a responsible broker. Okay. And that's the only way that you're allowed to practice business. Just because you have a license doesn't mean that you have the right to practice real estate without having somebody responsible for what you're supposed to be doing as an independent contractor. So you find a brokerage. Now with that, the broker belongs to an association. Now, Orange County is one of many associations here in the state of California. We are just one of those. But what you get with that fee is that not only do you become an Orange County member, but you also become a member of NAR, National Association of Realtors, whereby you're going to get benefits with them, RPR being one of those, free access to realtor.com for your agent profile, for people to be able to find you. Your properties go out there automatically. You also become a member of California Association of Realtors, CAR, whereby not only can you access your electronic contracts platform, but other benefits as well in education classes. One of those extra benefits is the CAR Legal Hotline, which we'll talk about. And then, of course, you belong to CRMLS, the largest MLS, multiple listing service data systems in the entire nation. So more than 2,000 or 200,000 plus listings that you have access to, more than 91,000 agents that you can interact with to get a commission, to get paid. on bringing your clients together, and of course, closing the deals and get paid at the end. Okay. Now, real quickly, we are a business partner. Okay. With you. So if you are brand new to the business, which you will be, for just a few years, fortunately, you don't have to be out there alone. This is where Orange County or any other association that you belong to is your business partner. We're going to be able to provide you tangible insight and guidance to help you increase your profits throughout your career. Okay. We're going to help you sharpen your skills and stay competitive in today's tech-driven market. Now, how we're going to do that is that we have this unique partnership with NAR. Now, National Association of Realtors is the largest trade association of real estate professionals with more than 1.4 million members nationwide. Oops. There we go. 1.4 million members nationwide. Now, we're going to go to nar.realtor. It's going to offer you industry news, research, marketing, and education resources to help you assist you in your business. Okay. They have a government affairs division that is an advocate for federal policies that will strengthen the abilities for Americans to own, buy, and sell real estate property. So basically, they're an advocate for real estate rights on the federal level. Okay. Now, real quickly, all you got to do is just go to nar.realtor. That's NAR, Nancy Alpha Ralph .realtor. Now, by the way, we're going to go over the pronunciation of realtor here in just a minute and what it means to be a realtor. But here at the nar.realtor website, this is where we can go to look at real estate topics, look at statistical research, political advocacy. So what federal laws are being looked at that could affect property ownership rights. And these are huge, especially in today's age, that you as a real estate agent really need to be apprised of, because not only do these laws affect how you as an individual are able to do your business or conduct yourself in your business, but this is also where laws are going to affect other people in their home ownership rights. And not just home ownership rights, tenant rights as well, and landlord rights. So these laws that the federal government is doing is affecting everyone, right? Regardless of your political affiliation, at least you should be apprised of that, because, you know, these things will affect us all, right? Property taxes, you know, where you can practice, things like that, you know, what you're allowed to do in your marketing, fair housing, all these things that can affect you nationally. Okay. Not just locally, not just statewide, but also national, because usually the national laws also help dictate what the state laws are. And then the state laws affect how you can do things locally. Okay. So this all works together. Now, Ken, I'm going to pop over to nar.realtor's website here real quick, just to show you some things here on the website. So here at nar.realtor, it looks like they now officially have over 1.5 million members. So they are still the largest trade association nationally for realtor members. Okay. They've been in business for over 100 years, things like that. But here, what we can do is look at real estate topics like competition in real estate, marketing, things that you can utilize in your marketing for social media, sales tips and techniques, MLS and online listings. Here you got becoming or being a real estate professional. So starting in your career, they're going to give you some advice, right? Dealing with residential, dealing with commercial properties, depending on what your niche is in this business. You also can get look at legal dispute resolutions, fair housing laws, copyright laws. So all these laws nationally that affect you in your real estate, these are all free to you. Here you can look at research, the basically highlighted news, housing statistics. So here, if we pop over to these housing statistics in the existing home sales, we can look at these data sheets. Hopefully we see that the latest news, we're down 4.6%. And that's not home prices, but that's probably the existing home sales themselves. And they are going to give you their opinion as to why that is. Probably affordability is, not as great anymore because prices keep going up, 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 up. So these are kind of, really great tools to utilize to learn your business. Now, speaking of learning, you also have access to certain educational tools. Here, you as a real estate agent can be at NAR and get national designations. So these are special education classes that allow you to have a designation behind your name to say that you have specifically taken training on a particular field within real estate. So you have things like the accredited buyer representation, ABR. Basically, this designation indicates that you have taken certain classes from NAR or certain courses to focus mostly on buyers and buyers' needs and how to connect and how to stay connected with a buyer. You also have accredited land consultant, the ALC, whereby you're a land specialist, right? Certified commercial investment members. So if you're into commercial real estate, you can do that. But the big one here, out of all these designations, is the GRI, the Graduate of the Real Estate or the Realtor Institute. Now, this class typically takes about how long, Ken? About a year to do? Or I should say this designation?
The GRI, if you take about once a month, then yeah, about almost 10 months to a year.
So 10 months to a year. And basically these are, education courses that basically says that it's a deep dive into your real estate industry about getting knowledgeable on everything in real estate. Now, this is one that a lot of real estate agents try to go for. Not all of them are able to complete it, at least not within a year. But if you dedicate yourself to wanting to keep up to date on education and in the industry and the sales processes and everything like that, GRI is a way to go. And it really speaks loud to a lot of people, because when they ask you, well, what does this designation mean? You can confidently say, hey, I've taken special education courses that really make me that much smarter than the average agent that doesn't take these courses, and they just do the bare minimum. I'm actually going above and beyond to try to become more of a real estate expert to help you buy or sell your property, or lease, or become a tenant on a property. So these are really good. Let's see here. Now, the term realtor. One of the big benefits of being an NAR member is that you are only allowed to use the term, or that you are the only group that will be able to use the term realtor. Now, by the way, it's not realtor, right? It's realtor. There's no A between the L and the A before the T, right? So a lot of people mispronounce this term. Now, this term is a registered collective membership mark by NAR, and only members of NAR, National Association of Realtors, can use this designation. You can use the designation Realtor R. You can use the what is it? Their marketing acronym term Realtor, which is the big giant copyrighted R, things like that that you can utilize. So again, this is important for you because this now says that you're a step above. And why is that? It's because you're held to a code of ethics standard. There are 17 codes of ethics that realtors abide by and practice. These code of ethics, which is again found at NAR. Let me bring this down a little bit. Let's see here. Code of ethics. And let's see if we can find the updated manual. Let's see here. Code of ethics. Oh, there it is. Basically, this is your standards of practice. There are 17 articles, each of them having subsections that deal with how you as a real estate professional are to practice ethically, right? From dealing with your clients, with dealing with other agents within your industry, with how you have this perception out there in the world. You know, you are promising to practice ethically in your business. And this is what makes realtors very popular with consumers, because when you show them that your duties to a client and a customer are being adhered to, right, by the things that you're doing, you're the customer service. And then of course you've got things like duties to the public by not misleading them, not falsifying information, things like that. And of course, duties amongst each other, how you treat each other in your business, do unto others as you would have them do unto you ethically. This makes for a better real estate environment. Okay. So that is really what the term realtor is that you guys adhere yourself to these high standards to be the best professionals and to give customers the best customer service as possible. All right, let's talk about California Association of Realtors, CAR, car.org. Now, what is CAR? CAR is the statewide association of the National Association of Realtors, and the purpose of California Realtors is to serve its membership in developing and promoting programs and services that will enhance you guys, right? Give you the freedom and the ability to conduct your individual businesses successfully, just like NAR does. Now, going over to their website, car.org. Here we can access all of our tools, benefits, things like that. For being a CAR member benefit, one of the things that I really like being here is that you have access to the legal hotline. So CAR members, California Association of Realtor members. Oops, if I can remember my password, that'd be great. You have access to free legal advice. Now, those people that are not CAR members don't have access to getting free legal advice. They have to speak to a real estate attorney, right? Especially if there's questions about, geez, what do I do with this transaction? How do I fill out this form? Even though the broker maybe is responsible to help you fill out those forms and to explain those terms, not all of the brokers are knowledgeable about all the forms or maybe a particular situation. Maybe there's something that was discovered on the property and you just don't know how to handle it legally. This is where the CAR legal hotline comes in. Here, they work Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They also work Saturday hours between 10 and 2. So they give you at least 6-day-a-week support. Okay. And what's really nice about this is that you can call them and ask them any legal question when it comes to real estate. If you need help filling out a form, they'll tell you what to say legally on a form so that you don't get in trouble, and that helps protect you and your client. Now, here's something that's really also important. Say, as an example, Ken and I are agents, he's representing a seller, or he's representing a buyer, I'm representing a seller. And in the course of our escrow, something weird happens whereby Ken might feel that I'm not being honest for my clients, or my clients and I aren't being honest in this escrow. Now, when Ken calls the legal hotline, they're going to immediately ask, is this regarding a particular property? If so, what's the address? Okay. Now, they'll take his name, they'll take the address and his questions. Now, this is what is interesting. If I happen to call the CAR legal hotline because maybe I need some clarifications about a contract or something that Ken is doing, because Ken called first, the CAR legal hotline can't give me any advice. So basically, they can only give advice to one side of the transaction, not the other. And the reason why that is that it would be considered a conflict of interest, because Ken called them immediately with his concerns and his knowledge or his need for legal advice. They are locked into him. Now I am told, unfortunately, we can't help you on this particular property. We're already helping Ken. So you'll have to go out and reach out to another real estate attorney to get their advice. So it's really important that if you feel that there's going to be a legal dispute, give that CAR legal hotline a call. That way you're getting the free legal advice over the other person on the other side. So this is really important for you guys. Okay. Now, by the way, that's legal advice. If you're not seeking legal advice, well, maybe you're seeking something else. Not a problem. Access to your electronic forms platform. This is called Zip Forms. Now here with the person sitting in the chair, which by the way, they are a real estate agent. Here we see the person sitting in the chair. His name is Frank Abadessa. He works around Seal Beach and he's been a member at CAR since 2011. So officially over, what is that? 11 years. Now you guys, this is free for you guys too, because anybody can come here and go to find a realtor, members of the public. CAR has offered real estate agents to advertise on for free on their website. You can just simply click on Frank's name, submit an application. CAR will reach out to you, and now they'll take a picture of you sitting in the chair, and then they put you in the rotation on their website to be advertised. Okay. But back here real quickly, here we can access our zip forms. Just simply, we can go to where it says transactions, come down below where it says zip forms. Here we can log in to the website. And now when we go in to the system, and we'll show that here. We can now start making transactions for our clients, for our buyers, our sellers, our tenants, our landlords, to buy, buy, sell, lease, commercial, residential properties, mobile homes, whatever. All we need to do is just simply be in zip forms. Come over to where it says new, choose what type of transaction we're going to make. Is it a new listing for sale? Is it a new offer for sale? Are we making a new lease for a tenant, or are we doing a new lease listing for a landlord? Maybe we're going to make a new offer on a property for a buyer. From here, we can name it. Now, my advice to you, you can name the transactions whatever you want. Some people will name it the client's name. Other people will name it the property address. Other people will name it a combination of the two. Whatever is going to be easiest for you to remember who you're representing for what property and what side of the transaction. From here, you can choose your property type, residential, industrial, multi-unit, condo, farm, co-op, whatever. And then all we need to do is come down below and hit save. And once we hit save, we've made the transaction officially. From here, we now need to add forms to put together this transaction. So simply, we're going to move our mouse to where it says all forms. And from here, we have access to more than 395 plus forms for buying, selling, leasing properties in the state of California. Now, one form you're probably going to use a lot, especially if you're representing a buyer, is the residential purchase agreement, or RPA. Now, the residential purchase agreement is basically in this case, a 16 plus page form. The reason why it's more than 16 pages is that it actually has 5 or 6 other forms attached to it. And with this form, this is going to help a buyer purchase a property. Here it's got the agency disclosure statement. Here it's also got the fair housing discriminatory form, possible representation of more than one buyer or seller, wire fraud, and of course the new purchase agreement. Now this purchase agreement was just updated this past December, whereby it went from 12 pages long up to 16 pages long. Now that may seem like a lot, but they've reorganized it. Things are really clearly spelt out in this easy to fill out form, whereby in this particular form, the first 4 pages is exactly what you need to fill in. Everything else explains what you just filled in, which is really nice. You want to get to know this form. Whether you're representing buyers or sellers, you really need to learn this form because it's going to have due dates. It's going to have contingency periods. It's going to have everything that the buyer is wanting to, or needing to do in order to purchase this property along with the seller. Okay. So this is a really good form. Now, probably most of you are thinking, well, geez, Tony, how do I know what forms I need for a transaction? This is where, when you join a brokerage, that's where the broker's responsibility is going to be. They're going to tell you based on what they need for their records and their files, exactly what forms you need for every transaction, regardless of who you're representing. Okay. Now, you as an agent only need to worry about filling out one set of forms, whereas the agent on the other side of the transaction, if they're representing somebody or the opposite party, they need to provide you their copies of their documents. That way, the transaction acts smoothly and effortlessly. And a lot of good brokers out there will actually go over how to fill out the form and what the terms actually mean. Now, the boards, the associations also have education on those forms, but so does CAR. Here at car.org, under the Transactions Center, you have a tool called Forms Advisor, Forms Tutor. And what this tool allows us to do under Forms Tutor is learn our most commonly used forms. Again, that RPA. And what's cool about this particular tool is that when the form opens up here, even though I can't fill out the form because I'm not in zip forms, there are these little blue dots throughout the entire form. When I click on one of these little blue dots, I get a legal explanation of that paragraph, of that line, of that page. Now, I know most of us here probably don't like to read, right? It's already tough enough to read the legal language. Do I necessarily want to read the legal explanation of the legal language of a contract? Probably not. Now, this is a cool thing about this particular tool. Here, when I click on this, that blue dot in the box, I have a little play icon. If I hit the little play icon, hopefully you're hearing the audio explanation of that form, of that line, of that paragraph. So it's a great learning tool for you in case you miss out on a class at the office or at the board or even at CAR. Now, speaking of classes, and let's see here, maybe I went too far. You also have Learn and Thrive. Under the Learn and Thrive section, here we can access our license renewal classes. We also get to see a course catalog where not only do I have access to the NAR accredited classes, but I also have access to CAR designation classes as well. And again, each one of these classes has a set curriculum. And again, I can indicate that I am a specific, sorry. I got to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Get my certifications, designations, all from California specific housing. Under the Industry 360, here we have things like the market forecast, data and statistics. Now, what's really nice about this is that these tools here, just like at NAR, we can actually share with our clients. So in a way, NAR, CAR are here to help us market ourselves. Talk about the industry, what's happening in the state, things like that. Or even better yet, maybe I need a particular snapshot. Oh, let's see here. The, oh, where is it? So under here, we can come down below and maybe look at Orange County here. And we see that in December of 2021, the, what is that? The median sold price. Oh, Southern California. There we go. Median sold price in Orange County was $1.182 million. In November, it was 1.15. So even from 1 month to another, it went up over $30,000 compared to 2020. 1.182 versus 950,000. So an increase by 3% practically. So housing market has vastly changed. Prices are definitely going up depending on the area in California. You want to get familiar with all this because you being a licensed California realtor, you can buy, sell properties, lease properties anywhere in the state, technically. And of course, they've given you tools, infographics, things like that, that you can share out on your website, social media posts, and have talking points. One other cool thing here under your CAR, you got disaster relief programs, diversity inclusion programs, about fair housing, education, all these great tools for you. Here you also have access to member benefits, discounts on products, tools, E&O insurance, health insurance, things like that, that you should definitely take advantage of. Now that I've talked about CAR enough, right? Let's talk about Orange County Realtors. Orange County Realtors, our mission statement is to help promote you, the code of ethics, provide you guys education and services. And again, we want to make sure that you and your clients have the protection for your real estate property rights. We want to make sure that your business is protected. We want to be an advocacy in government, both at the or on all three levels, local, state, and national level, to fight for on your behalf against or for laws for your clients and you. Anything that's going to be hurtful to the business, we're going to be against it. Anything that's going to be helpful to the business, we're going to be for it, and everything in between. Right? Now, from here, when you join, or why even join Orange County Realtors, because in a way, you can join any association you want, providing that your broker belongs to that association. But with everything that you face with technology, regulations, competition, the demands of your time and attention, you don't have to be out there all alone. You don't have to feel like you're all alone. We're here to help partner with you. We're here to help you obtain your education. We're here to train you on technology. We're here to inform you about regulations and things like that to help you promote yourselves. Okay. We base our business on 4 key principles: service, education, ethics, and advocacy. Okay. So we want to provide you great service, give you things, provide you things to be able to get your supplies, things like that. We want to be able to show you or give you education. Now with Orange County Realtors, we have more than 400 classes a year. Okay. Part of which does have designations, other parts, how to do the business, and of course, other parts, how to learn some of your contracts. Ethics, we're all about making sure that the code of ethics are adhered to for our realtor members. So we provide that. And of course, we try to enforce the code of ethics. And of course, advocacy, government, local, state, national levels. Now, real quickly, we like to think of ourselves as 8 businesses in one. So providing you services here, we are a store. Here you can pick up signs, your lock boxes, things like that that you need to help list a property. We like to consider ourselves a court system as well. Because we're trying to enforce code of ethics, there's those people, and of course, there are rules and regulations by MLS that we want to make sure that are enforced. So if agents are caught breaking the rules, in a way, we act like a court, right? You can file a grievance, an ethics grievance against another agent if you see that they have been privy to them blatantly breaking the code of ethics, maybe against you and your client, maybe against their client, maybe they're just a bad agent altogether. You can file a grievance, cite what code of ethic articles, that they are breaking, and you'll sit in a panel of judges. We call it the tribunal, right? 3 judges hear your case. Both sides plead their case. Why this, why that, why the other, and then they decide on if it was broken, and if it was broken, what fines are associated with that. Now, we also pride ourselves as a news source. We give you a bi-monthly magazine on the updated rules, regulations, the know-how, any pertinent articles. Now, that's just the magazine alone. Other than that, we have a social media presence, like everybody else, where we're posting things daily, and in some cases minutely, about what's happening that we want to make sure that you are well informed on. And of course, we post things on our website constantly of new classes, new laws, things like that. We also have a volunteer group. Agents like to give back to the community. We are that central hub for you to gain access if you want to be a volunteer to help the community, right? We have Housing for Heroes, that agents come together to help build homes for our heroes and our veterans. We have agents that go to schools and put together backpacks for those less fortunate, not able to have a lunch or anything like that. We also give back to the community. We sit down with the city of commerces or the multiple city commerce groups to go over things that they may need to take into consideration before voting on regulations that could affect housing and home ownership, and of course, how local businesses operate. We also have a charity fund. Orange County Realtors has a specific charity for Orange County Realtors that you as a realtor would be able to donate to. And that charity, we call it OCAR Cares, OCAR Cares. And basically, if you've come across any hardships, medical reasons, or anything like that, maybe you were in an accident and that put you out of work for a whole year. Well, you can apply for this charity, and we, depending on the severity, you could get up to, $3,000 put towards your medical bills or your medical expenses or whatever. We are also a business network. So agents, we bring you guys together not only with other agents or help you guys connect together, but we also have other businesses that offer services like title companies, escrow companies, lenders, photographers, web designers. We call those the affiliate memberships, affiliates, where they are affiliated with Orange County to offer services to Orange County Realtors. So in a way, it's all about networking and connecting with each other, not just with community, not just with your clients, but with other agents and other services to help elevate your business. Public affairs. Here we consider ourselves a public affairs. Again, with our government advocacies, we go out on your behalf at the local, state, and national levels, fighting for and against regulations that can affect home ownership. And of course, we're a school. As I had mentioned earlier, Orange County Realtors offers more than 400 classes a year. Currently, right now, everything is webinar, like we're experiencing today, to help give you education on all your tools and products. So real quickly, Orange County Realtors ourselves, our own company. We have 2 office locations, one in Laguna Hills and one in the Fountain Valley location off of Talbert. We're, again, political advocacy, political survival. We offer license renewal and education and designations. We help you with legal assistance, pro standards, and of course, we have a mediation platform where disputes between clients can be settled outside of court. So if you want to help your clients settle a dispute, maybe the seller didn't leave the refrigerator that was promised in the purchase agreement, and they want to file, a mediation to come to some sort of agreement, we're here to help you guys with that and to help mediate it. Again, we have committees and marketing meetings. We have more than 36 committees. So if you want to help affect your local and MLS business, belong to a community. We have the MLS community. We have the committee. We have the pro standards committee. We've got green committee. We've got a volunteer committee. We've got so many committees that you can be part of if you choose. The marketing meetings are a great networking tool. Find out what properties are in the local area that are being held open for agents. And again, a great way of networking and building rapport with other agents. And of course, we have affiliate partnerships, those local businesses like investor or not investors, lenders, title, escrows, for videographers, marketers, social media people, things like that to help you elevate your business. Let's see here. Orange County tools. We got client direct e-newsletters. Again, how you can be informed. We have online resources, articles ready to use that you can also distribute. We have what they call the house logic. It's basically consumers tips and tricks on home improvements. And again, you handing this out is going to help promote you. We have the Realtor property resource and realist tax records. Information that are great to look at tax data information, not just in California, but across the nation. And of course, to help promote your properties when you list a property, we have a property website creation tool called Rela, R-E-L-A, whereby you can create a property specific website for your listing in less than 5 minutes. So just to demonstrate a little bit here real quickly, Orange County Realtors' website, which can be found at www.ocrealtors.org. From here, we have a nice floating banner about COVID-19 updates, our office hours, how to join, how to pay your bills, basically how to join today, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. After I go over one other thing here, the member directory, this is where we can look at a nice little directory for businesses. So instead of looking for a realtor, which you can as well, but here we have affiliate businesses, 1031 exchange, mediation, mobile applications, museums, furniture or stagers, gifts, ideas, closing gifts, title, virtual tours, math tutoring, locksmithing. We've got all these businesses that are available for you. And all you got to do is just simply, geez, I need a mover for my client. I can now say, look for an affiliate that deals with moving, hit my search. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 specific affiliate members who deal with moving or moving companies. And here you can just click on their name, get their phone number, email address, office location, and now you can give it to your client or reach out to them and say, hey, I'd like to use you for my client. What are your fees? And help your clients be able to move. Or maybe, if we're talking about furniture, a stager. Oops. And I guess I didn't choose stager. So let's try stager. If that's there. And of course it's not there. Excellent. But just know that you could do that. Okay. Some other things that you can do here at Orange County Realtors. Our market snapshot. We update this every month for the attached and detached market. So here in Orange County, the median sales price 1.2 million. This is data pulled directly out of the MLS system, the multiple listing service. Here we got a 20% drop in homes that sold. Only 1,530 homes sold. Took them 21 days to get into escrow. Here we've got 0.6 months worth of inventory, which is super anemic for your real estate business. So this is probably why home prices are up so high, is that there's no inventory in Orange County, at least for the detached market. Here we've got the same kind of thing here for the attached market. Down below here, the calendar, upcoming classes. Here we give you at least a 2-week update of what's happening over the next, actually the next week here, it looks like. But if I hit view all, and let's jump over to the month of February. We now get to see all the various different training classes, marketing meetings that you as a real estate agent can attend. We've got Matrix Searching 101 basics, how to make a CMA, understanding the purchase agreement classes, Realtor and affiliate wellness group meetings. Hey, we understand that being locked down with COVID can be really depressing. Well, come on in, talk it out, connect with people, that way it's it's a little bit more manageable, right? And look at the brighter side of things. Understanding, the advanced zip forms classes that we have next week. The crash course for getting your state exam. We offer those classes. Optional 48 or 45-hour review for your renewal. Things like that. There's 40 standard plus disclosures that are mandatory for buying or selling a property. What a seller needs to give up or disclose about their home. Things like that. This is all available to you through our education. Let's see here. Other member services, access to the MLS, government affairs. Here, education, we can access the code of ethics, licensing. We have the Leadership Academy, outreach training to your office. Other resources, because I know we go over a ton of stuff. One resource that most of you would really like to see here under a is it under resources or education? Under education, our video library. Now, just to get a little hint here, you don't have to be an Orange County member to look at our video library. As a matter of fact, very easily, just come to OC Realtors, go to education, click on video library. And from here, you can look for classes or look at our pre-recorded training classes on how to use zip forms or other webinars that we constantly have each and every day that you can just access at no cost to you. The advanced realtor tools on social media marketing, basic social media marketing, an interview with TJ, and of course I can't make out his last name. Safety tips, huge thing in real estate. Stay safe. Okay. Feng Shui. Just all these videos that we have for you guys are absolutely free. So you can get ahead of the game. And of course, news and events, what's happening in your industry, locally, nationally, state. Just simply come to the latest news. And here you can look at articles that are being posted every week about what's taking place in your business. And again, that's all found here at CAR or ocrealtors.org. Now, the MLS, the multiple listing service, what is it? Okay. Basically, it is a suite of services that enables real estate brokers and agents to establish contractual offers of compensation amongst the brokers and facilitates the cooperation with other brokers and their agents, right? It's basically also a database and software database used by real estate agents and their brokers to look for homes for their clients to look or now CRMLS, the California Regional Multiple Listing Service, is the largest MLS system or database in the United States with more than 90,000 agents and brokers as participants of this database. Okay. It's also one of the largest repositories of MLS data or property data that brokers and agents have access to. You have more than 200,000 plus listings going back more than 20 years. And I want to say it's about 22 years worth of data that you have access to. Now, when you post a listing in the MLS, why this is so good for you guys is that your listing automatically gets distributed to more than 90,000 websites. So Ken lists a property in the MLS system. They have a unique partnership with all these public websites out there on the internet for buyers to find or tenants to find. Websites like Zillow or Yahoo Real Estate or AOL Real Estate or Trulia or Home Finder or Homes.com or Redfin or Realtor.com, OC Register, LA Times. Your listing automatically gets seen by all these property websites, more than 90,000. So it's virtually impossible that from the time that you list a property in the MLS for someone not to find it on the internet. The only reason why they wouldn't find it is if the property wasn't listed in the MLS, to which one of your basic fiduciary duties is to your client to advertise to get the highest and best offer, right? To do the best marketing possible for your client to get the highest and best offer. Well, if they tell you don't put it in the MLS, how can you get them the highest and best offer when they've cut away the ability for you to advertise that home? So these are things that and discussions that you should have with that client. Hey, I get it. You want to be private, but if you don't want your listing in the MLS, just know you may not necessarily be getting the highest and best offer that you could be getting if you limit my marketing in that fashion. So here are the benefits of posting that listing in the MLS. Not only do I get access to more than 90,000 agents, but also more than 90,000 public websites worldwide. Supra. Now, Supra is an electronic key system that you can get on your phone that will allow you to access lock boxes to get access to the key to enter into the property. Now, this is a monthly fee of about $15 a month in addition to the fees that you're paying at the board. But this will allow you access to obtain the key to enter into the property, and only agents that are part of the MLS are allowed to have a super key. Only these real estate professionals who belong to the MLS, belonging to a broker, are allowed to enter into a home. So in a way, it's a safety mechanism. Not anybody is just going to be able to walk in off the street just because they see a for sale sign. There's a lockbox on there. They're going to need to have a key in order to access that. Okay. All right, real quickly here, I want to show you CRMLS because we talked about CRMLS. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to their website, www.crmls.org. From here at CRMLS, just like with NAR, CAR, and of course, Orange County Realtors, CRMLS does have education training classes, but these classes are specific for the MLS system. So you can get at the board training or webinar training, or even just go to their knowledge base and it gives you a nice little how-to, how to input a listing. And they'll give you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. Or even better yet, maybe you're a visual person. Well, here, when we go to their online training videos, how to create an auto email, how to search filters. But if I just simply choose one of these, I'm going to be redirected to their YouTube channel. Hopefully. Or let's just go to their channel directly, CRMLS. And here we can go to their YouTube channel and access all of their training videos. And again, these are all free. So if, again, you want to get ahead of the game and learning how to be, how to work the MLS system the day that you join right out of the gate, watch these videos ahead of time. Take your notes. I think it's so much more helpful. Here back at CRMLS's website, you also have their support line, calling them for technical support, Monday through Friday, 8:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, Saturday and Sunday hours, 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. Call their number, 800-925-1525, press option number 1, and in less than 2 minutes, you're on the phone talking to a tech. Or you can chat online. Just simply give your name, your user ID for the MLS, and then what question you have. And again, during those hours of operation, 7-day-a-week support. Now, when you do finally join the MLS system or join the board, you're going to be given a user ID to be able to log into the MLS. Now, the very first time that we go to log in, we're also given a temporary password. So what will happen here is at crmls.org, we're going to go move our mouse to the MLS dashboard login, and we're now going to type in our logins. Now, if this is your first time logging in, or would be, you're going to put in your user ID. Your user ID is usually always begins with the first 2 letters of the association. In this case, Orange County is OC, Pacific West is PW, Laguna Beach is LB, Tri-Counties is TR, Rancho Southeast Association of Realtors is RS. Then it's usually followed up by the first 4 letters of your last name and then the first 3 letters of your first, typically. Then the password, when you put in that temporary password the first time and you hit login, you'll go through the registration process. Number 1, do you agree to the terms of usage? Scroll down, agree, type in your name exactly how you see it typed in on the agreement. Then answer the set of security questions. You're going to have at least 3 security questions you need to answer. Now, it's important to answer them exactly how you see them. So if it asks you for what year you were born in, please do not put in the month or the date. If it asks you what city you were born in, don't put in county or country or state. If it asks you your father or mother's middle name, hopefully you know what that is. Okay. Now, once you do that, then you'll be prompted to create your permanent password. Now, your permanent password will be alphanumeric, meaning letters and numbers. Okay. And from there, you're going to type that in up to 12 characters long, at least 7 letters and at least 1 number. Now, once you create that password, then you're ready to log into the MLS system. Now, when we go to the dashboard, we have these great fun tools as part of our CRMLS member benefit. But to access the MLS, we're going to simply come over here to the matrix system. Here at the matrix system, we have all these tools on our screen to find properties quickly and easily. We have the My Favorite Searches, basically search criteria that we've created that we are going to look at and click on and pull up property data at a glance. We have hot sheets. Hot sheets, we create criteria for the different areas that we're marketing in. So that way we can say just show me in the past 24 hours, what's been happening in the city of Irvine. Here, based on the criteria, I can see how many listings are incoming soon, how many new listings came on the market, how many listings went through a price change, went into escrow, expired, closed escrow, this, that, and the other. A hot sheet's really good for you as an agent to get to know your market, because when you get a call from a client wanting to know, hey, are there any new properties today? You can look at that hot sheet and pull up data right away and say, yes, there are at least 2 new listings that came on the market today. Would you like me to set up an appointment to go and see it? Would you like me to select it and email you that property? Things like that. Now, besides the hot sheet, you also have the market watch. And again, based on criteria that you put in for your market watch, Maybe we're looking at Fountain Valley. We can see information that's been happening right then and there. So it's a nice little live chart update. And maybe, let's try Irvine. Or actually, Costa Mesa. There we go. Oh, one new listing came on within 24 hours within Costa Mesa. Here we can look at it, view it, things like that. Let's see here. Search. This is where you're going to spend most of your time in the MLS system searching for properties for our client. Here we have all the various different property types that are in our MLS system, from commercial to manufactured to residential for sale and lease. Here, simply select a particular type of search that you want to run. Like as an example, I want to make a detailed search. Now, a detailed search gives me about 44 different fields of data that I can input in if I choose. But one of the many things I love about our matrix system is that if I input no information in whatsoever, I can look at more than 2,500 plus listings in the MLS database going back almost 20 years. It's when I start to input criteria that the number of matches will start to narrow down. Now, one really interesting thing here is that if I put in something in my criteria where matches automatically goes to 0, that means I put in something so specific that nothing matches in the MLS. Now, our MLS uses the old saying, less is more. Less data you input in, the more data you're going to get back in return. Okay. But here, all I need to do is select my statuses like active. Show me active properties. Maybe I select a subtype like single family or condo, or maybe I want to do both. So I'm going to hold down either my control key if I'm a PC user or command key if I'm a Mac user, and select my multiple property types. Maybe here in the city box, I'm going to click in the city box and type in the cities I want to pull properties for, like maybe Aliso Viejo. Separate out my cities with commas and then type in the name of the next city. Fountain Valley, comma, Costa Mesa, comma. So far, properties are single family condo townhome in Aliso Viejo, Fountain Valley, Costa Mesa that are currently active, 48 listings. Over here towards the right-hand side, our number fields, like our price, we can put in a specific price like, oh, I don't know, $980,000. No commas, no dollar signs are needed. Now, you'll notice here that all of a sudden my matches immediately goes to 0. Why? It's because I'm asking the system to look for properties that are listed at exactly $980,000. Well, what happens if I want to look for everything above or below or in between? Well, this is where we go back to our old style keystrokes. Here, I can, after I put in the price, maybe I want to look for everything above $980,000. Well, type in 980,000 and then follow it with a plus sign. Here we've got 28 properties that are 980 on up. Or maybe I'm looking for everything below 980,000. Type in 980,000 and type in a minus sign. Now, how often will a client say, look for everything above this price or below that price? They usually will give you what? A range. Don't go below this, but don't go higher than this, right? Well, that's easy to do here. Simply type in the low number, type in a minus, no space, and then type in what your high number is. So active properties in Aliso Viejo, Fountain Valley, Costa Mesa between 950 to 1.2 million. There are 7 homes. This is how you want to type in your number fields. Now, when you get to your desired number of matches and you go to the results, you can now look at the listing details. Here we got the MLS number, the status, the property type, the address, the sales type, the list price, price per square foot, bedroom and bathroom. Here, when I click on the MLS listing number, I can open up the agent full report. Look at all photos on that listing. look at any videos about the property, the bedroom, bathroom, square footage, property descriptions, private showing instructions, everything here at my fingertips. Here I can select the properties. And with them selected, I can come down below and email these properties to my client directly. Or if I want my properties or these properties sent, these properties plus any new properties this day forward, then under save, I'm going to create a new auto email for my client to get properties on a regular scheduled basis. So not only are they going to get these 7 homes, but they're going to get any brand new properties this day forward, to which on the MLS system, I can see when they opened up that auto email, and I can see that they selected some properties as their favorites. I can then select those favorites, give my client a call and to say, hey, I noticed that you selected 2 properties as your favorites the other day. Would you like me to schedule some showings to see these homes? So now I'm being proactive and giving my customer service to get the client in these homes and hopefully write up an offer. And then we open escrow and then I can get paid. Are there any questions?
I have one.
Yes.
So what is the difference between attached?
Wait, hold up.